Are the Philadelphia Flyers right for putting up Shayne Gostisbehere on waivers? And the answer is no. And I know I complain about Shayne Gostisbehere a lot, so this kind of makes me sound hypocritical, but to get into this topic, into this question, is putting Shayne Gostisbehere on waivers a good thing? The answer is no. To get into this topic, you have to analyze the rest of the team. In comparison to Shayne Gostisbehere, are there players who are worse? So, I'm not saying, by any stretch of the imagination, that Shayne Gostisbehere is good. He is far from a Norris winner. He is far from... What's the award they give to best offensive defenseman? It's like the opposite of the Selke Trophy, I think. I don't know what it's called, but he's not winning any awards for his defense. He's not making the NHL... Well, there is no All-Star game. He's not making any first, second, or third teams. So he's not a good player. Is he worse than some other players on the team? No. Specifically, is he worse than Prosser, Haig, Sanheim, or even... Well, I'm going to leave Justin Braun out of the conversation. He's actually been kind of good this year. But is Shayne Gostisbehere worse than him? Is he worse than Sanheim, or Haig, or Prosser, or hell, Myers has sucked recently? Provorov, except for yesterday, has been a turnover machine, and then been... Well, I shouldn't say turnover machine. He's not been good. He has definitely underperformed this season, so that might have, that might be part of my bias. But Shayne Gostisbehere in no way is worse than any of these other guys on defense right now, or that are playing, off the bench. And so, should the Flyers have traded him? The problem is, I don't think anybody wanted to trade for him. You don't have... There's no rush to trade him. Your defense sucks. Either way. You still have Prosser, Haig, Sanheim, or Braun. Braun's been good. I'm not going to talk about Braun anymore. You have Prosser, Haig, Sanheim, and Meyer. Two of those guys, at the very least, Sanheim and Meyer, play every single night. And what do they do in return? They go -6 versus the New York Rangers and a 9-0 loss. So, should Shayne Gostisbehere be put on waivers if you can't trade him? No, because he's better than those guys. He's better than the second pair. I don't get it. Keep him on the roster. I was thinking initially that they were going to clear a spot for Mattias Ekholm. That's what they're doing. But Nashville's in a playoff spot right now. Even if they made a trade, and they just haven't announced it yet. They're waiting till tomorrow or whatever the hell they're doing. Of all the guys you could put on waivers, you put Shayne Gostisbehere. The guy who, yes, we've been yelling about all of them, let's be fair. We've been yelling about the entire defense. But you put Gostisbehere on waivers ahead of Haig? Ahead of Prosser? Have you seen the way those two have played this season? If this is the filling the gap, you've still got Haig and Prosser backing up. So let's say Provorov gets injured. Let's say Braun gets injured. Or... Well, Sanheim and Myers, that wouldn't matter anyway. Who's on that third pair right now? That's Morin. Let's say Morin gets injured. Any of those guys gets injured. Do you know who's coming in for them? Nate Prosser or Robert Haig, who both suck. So what is the logic behind putting Gostisbehere on waivers?